Now you guys have been talking about divorce, or is it just for the last couple of years, really?
I'm gonna have you go to the next page and then go ahead and just start at the top.
J, and it's L. A couple of months ago, I made up my mind for sure that I was going to, and had paperwork and had it all filled up, and I had already showed it to him and J. And what was his reaction then? L. He told me to take the blazer and go and get the couple expletives out, and then he told me that we could work things out. He could change if I could change, and J. Now, he has always been angry and violent, or has he always been angry and violent, or is this something that's new? L. Yeah. No, he's always been, and he just kind of comes and goes in waves, I guess. J. Is he a drinker? L. Inaudible answer. J. I mean, is he, when he does he drink and then get angry, or L. He used to, but then he's just been more taking his prescription medicines, my sleeping pills, muscle relaxants, pain pills, and a lot of different things lately. Deleted section. L. He had been smoking pot too. J. Is that something fairly recent? L. He used to do it. J. Or at least you found out recently? L. Well, he used to do it, and he had quit for quite a long time. He and his buddy got together, and I find out because I asked him about this job, going to get this job, because his business wasn't paying the bills, and he just wasn't working regularly at all. He would sit around and mope around, and he told me that he couldn't go and apply for the job just yet. And I asked him why. He told me because he had smoked some pot, and he had to wait until it was out of his system, because he was sure that with a job like that, they were going to want to test him. And
I'm going to have you go to page 11. And if you could go to then the fifth, sixth section down, skip the top four, and then start with the J where it says and.
Where it says what?
And, the J, and it says and, the fifth little section down.
Oh, okay, yes.
And that would be page 11.
J. And if you don't go see them, they don't buy anything. Let's see. We get a little off of this. That's fine. It fills in all the details. Now, so you told him that basically on Saturday had discussed going to stay at your sister's. Did you end up with any fighting? I mean, has he ever hit you? Has he ever beaten you to where you have got prior domestic violence complaints filed? L, inaudible. J, basically, it was one of those you just took the beating and didn't say anything. L, inaudible. J, you have to answer yes or no. L, yes. J, yeah, I know. I realize this is difficult, but gathering all of the information, my primary role is to determine what caused the fire in the events of the day. And obviously there's been a lot going on that you've been putting up with for quite a while, but you've never called the police on him for hitting you. L, my friend called the police a few weeks ago, like around Thanksgiving time. But see, we lived in Portage, and somebody called the police back then, and when we were sitting down with the police officers individually, I was making a report of what happened. He came out with the male police officer and told me that I had a lot to think about. He said that he wasn't going to go to jail by himself and that we would both go. And I asked him why. And the police officer said, well, your husband said that you hit him also, so we have to take both of you in. And so they explained it all to me, and I didn't want to go to jail and have the kids go through all of that. So I didn't finish the report, and I've never made a complaint against him since then because of that. Jay, now the friend, you say a friend of yours called back about Thanksgiving?
I'll have you go to page 12 and just read then the top 3.
Oops. Top 3 sections?
Yes, please.
L, yes, and J. Was that this past Thanksgiving? L, yeah.
And then I'm going to have you go down to the bottom third where the J and start with the part that says, and now he took.
J. And now he took his medications and then began watching hunting programs. About what time was that? Was that all around 10, 11 with get up and the kids left? L, yeah. J. And then from there, you went down to do some laundry. L, yes. J, how many loads of laundry? I mean, how long were you downstairs?
I'm going to have you flip to page 13, and if you could read all the sections that are not blocked out.
L, I folded laundry. I was putting Christmas ornaments in the boxes. We have a pool table in the basement, and I had all the boxes laid out and was just puttering. J, basically staying away from him. L, yeah, we did that a lot. J, and then about what time would you say you were back upstairs when you were going to read the instructions on your son's medication? L, maybe around noon or so. J, and then you said you think you were reading the book? L, it's a folder type of pamphlet of information. It's, I pledge, it's called for acne medication, because it's a really harmful drug if you don't do everything right. And J, and then you doze off, and about what time did you get up? L, I really don't know. J, now you just woke up on your own, or did you wake up because he was yelling? L, no, I remember hearing him down in the basement doing something, and when I got up, though, he was back in his recliner in the living room upstairs. And he asked me for something to drink when I had gotten up. And so I went in, got him something to drink, did some dishes, and...
I'm going to have you flip to page 14. Start with the sixth section down with L, where it says and ... O.
L, and... Oh, when I came back upstairs, when I got him the juice too, I made a fire for him then too in the fireplace. He said today would be a good day to have a fire in the fireplace. So, J, now, L, I made a fire in the upstairs fireplace. J, okay, now when you say upstairs, is that ... L, the main floor? J, this level here is upstairs, and then when you say you heard him downstairs, that would... L, we had a fire place downstairs also. J, in the basement? L, but we kept all of the wood downstairs. J, okay, but like I said, there was a basement, a fireplace on the basement walkout level. L, yes.
I'm going to have you go to the next page on page 15, and about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the seventh one down, J, and then.
J, and then he said it'd be a good day for a fire. L, mm-hmm. J, is there any reason he didn't build the fire? L, no, he just asked me to. Sometimes he'd ask me to, sometimes he'd ask the boys to. My sons were pretty good at making a fire. He taught them how to make a pretty good fire in the fireplace too.
I'm going to have you go to the next page, page 16. Go ahead and just read from the top down to the blacked out portion.
J, just looking, and then from here, you were talking about that you went up that Todd had asked for something to drink. That's L. J, is there any reason he couldn't get up and get a drink himself? L, sometimes he was pretty groggy from his medication, and his stomach had been upset, and that's just Todd. I mean, when somebody else is here, somebody else gets stuff for him. J, now this medication he's taking for his ear infection, is that some kind of antibiotics or something? L, there was an inhaler, there was a liquid, and then there was a pill. I don't know. He told me that the liquid was the antibiotic. When I got to the pharmacy, they didn't have any at Rite Aid and Paw Paw, and they wouldn't be able to fill it for a few days. I asked them, I said, well, is this the antibiotic? They told me no. They told me what it was, and I said, well, can't I just buy something over the counter to get him through until I get something? And they said, yes, it's just a decongestant was all that was, with antihistamine in it. So the next day on Saturday, I picked that up for him.